right, finally doing this review for the one custom run that I did for Prince. This was the first one based off of the film Purple Rain. Him portraying the character named the Kid. Uh, like I said before, in the hobby, not too many. Well, I wouldn't say not too many. No one was doing any interest in. I'm gonna say that there just weren't any interest in any celebrities or characters of color, especially during my childhood in the 80s. You know, just no one was doing Michael Jackson. No one was doing Prince. Just nothing. I think the only custom black character that we ever had in the hobby done was, I want to say, Jules from Pulp Fiction, and then of course we got Sho'nuff. But I mean that's it. So I asked a lot of people a long time ago, what do you think about doing Prince? But of course, there was no response and just never happened. So I decided to take the wheel and make this happen. This run actually was completed, I want to say 2 years ago. It took a long time, but it finally got here, and as usual, Tory Box, Yunsel, and team did the outfit, and she went beyond the. She just went above and beyond on this one. I find it interesting on how she does her research, because I gave her a lot of photos, but she actually watches the films of the characters. She doesn't like horror films. So if you give her something of an outfit from a horror film, she does not like watching any of that to get the details. But she did watch this movie, and she paid close attention to detail on this particular outfit, and she nailed it. It was just round of applause for her. I couldn't ask for a better outfit. The head sculpt was a challenge because a lot of people wanted rooted hair, and there was a head sculpt done prior to what you see right here. This one was done by Verona, and the previous one was done, I think, by Eric Sosa, and it wasn't that bad of a sculpt. It was actually pretty good, but it was bald headed, and again, people wanted to try the rooted hair route. And during that time, there really weren't too many skilled artists out there that could style the hair and make it look right. So we had to do a wig for the sculpt, and I just didn't like it. Yeah, I just didn't like it, and some people in the group loved it, and they stuck with it. And then that's when I commissioned to get the second head sculpt, and this one is, sometimes things work with, the rooted hair, and then some things just work with sculpted hair, and this was one of them. And he nailed the likeness on this. Like, it's very hard to nail the likeness of Prince. Very, very hard. I had mine painted by Noel Cruz. If you guys know him, he's a very well-known artist who repaints uh, dolls, and like he gets the likeness of the character like 100% through paint. So I asked him if he wouldn't mind taking this sculpt and painting it. And actually, he was very hyped to do it because he never did Prince before. And yeah, let's take a look at it. I mean, he nailed it. You can see the attention to the detail, to the paint job, with the makeup to the eyes, the mole, the sculpt showing how the hair, comes down and covers the right eye a little bit. I mean, look at the. She even got the accuracy to the strap of the guitar, to the cloud guitar. How she did the design for the shoulder pad right here, I don't know. I was really worried about that portion, but she nailed it. I mean, you can look at that and you can tell that's 100% Prince. The likeness, again, it's very difficult to capture, and he just took his time on this, and he nailed it. When he first showed me the first um, pictures of the finished paint job, I was like blown away, and I was like, I have to get this in hand. I think I am gonna though send him this sculpt back to retouch up a little bit on it, probably on the hair, and just a little bit on the eyes again. I've had this scope now for a couple of years. He did this one. He did this one 2 years ago. He is actually working on another one for another review that'll be coming up with Prince, with his halftime performance that he did for Super Bowl in 2007. Probably the hands down the best ever halftime performance ever done. Michael Jackson at number two. But again, this sculpt, I wouldn't trade it for the world. He did an amazing job with it. So here is an iconic shot with the actual motorcycle from the film Purple Rain. I had this commissioned. Oh God, it was a long story with this one, and a lot of drama. Um, the original artist that was supposed to do the motorcycle ended up disappearing after Ukraine was invaded by Russia, and he was located somewhere in Ukraine, and we haven't heard from him since. Apparently he's okay, but I don't know if he lost everything. He'll probably never show up again in the hobby. He owes a lot of people stuff, and unfortunately he owes the group that was involved in this run. He owes them motorcycles. I dropped out of the run because I just didn't like the way things were being handled, and so I dropped out. And the next thing you know, almost about a year later, this incident with Russia and Ukraine happened. So it sucks for everyone else. I kind of told him, gave him the heads up, like I'm not happy with how things are going, and that if there's no progress of to the point where these things are getting ready to ship, I just want my money back. And I told everybody they should do the same thing, but I guess they stayed faith with him getting it done, and now they're pretty much out of what they invested in. So I found an artist down in Mexico. Of course, this was much more expensive than the one that we commissioned before, but I asked him if he can make this motorcycle in 1/6 scale, and he was like, no problem. And it took him about 4 months to finish it. It got shipped to me here and it was broken. I had to send it back, and second time was the charm. After owning the bike, I can tell that there's some small revisions that need to be done with the visor and how it's positioned and the handlebars. Overall, I mean, I'm happy with it, but I am gonna get another one with better revisions on it. He fits on the bike perfect. He the grips, the handlebars. He grips them well. I do have to get an acrylic base for the bottom portion because the kickstand is resin and it can't hold the motorcycle. It's pretty heavy, so it can't hold it on its own. Eventually, if I leave it like that, it'll break. So I need to get like an acrylic base to where it can support the weight of the motorcycle, especially while if I pose it with him on it. Because with him on it and that kickstand below, it's gonna crack. So I don't need to come back in from work and find out this thing fell out of the DTOF or whatever because it broke. I'll be pissed. So I would say expect I'll probably do a better review on the motorcycle. I'm just showing it for now, but I'll probably do a better review on it when I get the new one with the revisions on it. But I mean, I figured I'd give you guys a look and see how well it was done. The iconic shades that he wore in the film, those were done by Full Metal, of course. And again, just overall with this project, I'm happy how it came out. It sucks again for those who were involved in getting the motorcycle in that group, but as I hate to say it, but it's part of this hobby in which when I do my runs, I want to get these things out the door as soon as possible because tomorrow's not guaranteed. You can wake up tomorrow, your place burns down. These things aren't insured, so once they go, they go. And it's either you start all over again or it's just money. Well, it's money gone, period. But that's why when these things are done, I want to get them out the door in the owner's hands, so it's less stuff that I have to worry about. But yeah, this is one of many characters that I want to do. I did Candyman. I want to go deeper in the roots, and I actually want to do Goldie from the Mac. And I know me sitting there saying that probably 90% of y'all don't even know what the fuck I'm even talking about. But that is one character that I've always wanted to do. I am going to take probably a break from the custom runs for a while. It's a lot of work, and I haven't had a break in years. So I'll have a review coming up for David. I think I'm gonna wait till David and Jack from American Werewolf in London. I think I'm gonna wait till they're both done and do a double review on that. I do have Prince, the Super Bowl version coming up. I have Jerry from Fright Night, and I'm gonna give you a better review of Candyman with Helen. But I've gotten back into doing life-size busts, and I think I fucking nailed this. It's a full torso of Tupac, and I think I nailed it this time. I got a lot of good shit coming up with that. But yeah, once again, shout out to Tory Box, Universal. You completely nailed this outfit. Ramona, the sculpt is amazing. Shout out to Noel Cruz for doing the paint job. I forgot who did the guitar. That really sucks. Everybody has a COA. Mine is somewhere in the box, which is stored in the back somewhere. I swear, I never put my own figures in my DTOF until everyone that was in the run gets their figure and they're happy with it. Then I start working on my own figure. Believe it or not, this was one that I finally put out and just got it together. I still have to put together Candyman, Jerry. David was already put together, so thank God I don't have to do that. But yeah, I still have to put together my own Candyman, and that run is complete now. I just need to get to it and get that masterpiece in the DTOF. But yeah, so I will be back with another review, probably with Jerry. You will see other reviews from Chris Parmesan. That's what we call him, Parmesan. Joshua Gear, he blew up Jerry. Shout out to him. I appreciate him with he just put photos everywhere on Facebook and Instagram, and everybody's hitting me up asking for Jerry. It's crazy. But you'll see reviews on YouTube. I'll have the links at the end of the video for you guys to check them out. So until then, I will return, I promise.